Next question. Adam Gumbert asks, for Mr. Branch, watching the new Logan trailer, it is interesting to me the way it's looking. Doesn't look like any Avengers superhero movie. If you didn't know the characters, you may even not know it was.
Who it was?
No, that it was a superhero movie.
Thoughts on the last Wolverine movie?
I like how you spin it at the end there. I'm like, yeah, Logan. Oh, the last Wolverine movie.
Yeah, that's a gut shot.
It was a really strong first 2 acts. Like, I really liked that James Mangold tried to pull it out of being such an X-Men movie. Mm-hmm. He moved it to Japan. He gave Logan this more complex storyline. It was more about dealing with mortality for somebody who's essentially immortal, you know? I always love how X-Men movies exploit the most tragic events in human history. Like, there's either an allusion to the Holocaust or the Hiroshima bombing at the beginning of Wolverine. So they're not afraid to try to give their movies weight, which, you know, props to them. But when the Silver Samurai showed up at the end, I was just like, what is this?
Yeah. Like, I knew they were going to use the Silver Samurai, but they did it in such a poor... The rest of the movie was so good.
Oh, my God.
It was.
But that ending, I was just like, oh, you tripped at the finish line. Why?
And that seems like studio notes to me. It was like, we really like what you're doing here, but we're going to need, like, a big battle thing.
We need a big robot.
Transform.
Bring in the big robots.
When he's going through the village and all the ninjas are like shooting the arrows with ropes, that looked freaking cool.
Yes.
I'm like, why don't you just make it like him fighting tons more ninjas?
Yes,
instead of Silver Samurai, which is actually first debuted in a Daredevil comic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think that it kind of righted the wrongs of X-Men Origins, and it made people more excited about seeing
You could put
Logan.
a turd on screen and it fixes those.
Like, it was very interesting that they really delved into him and Jean Grey's like relationship with, like, anytime he would fall asleep, she was there. And everything.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then they kind of brought that into X-Men Apocalypse and everything, like writing some of that and all that good stuff.
And then there's even an Easter egg of the Essex Corporation at the very end of Apocalypse. Hey, we saw Apocalypse and did a review. So
check that out.
I think Logan looks like it's going to be crazy good.
Yeah.
The international trailer being one shot different from the Green Band, it kind of added very little to the trailer for me, but it reminds you, hey, this is going to be the first R-rated Wolverine movie.
Yeah, where he like shoves his claws through the guy's head and like they're sticking out. I was like, okay, we're gonna get some gore in this one.
Yeah.
And did either of y'all play the Wolverine game?
About Origin?
Based off the Origins.
No.
It was actually a really
good game.
It was very
Movie
gore.
sucked.
Movie sucked. Bad.
Game good.
Yeah, the game was good because of the gore in it.
Which is really funny, because usually movie games suck and the movies are good, but this time it was a little vice versa. But it was a good game.
Yeah. I loved the song that was in it. It worked so perfect.
Had a good feel to it.
When they were playing it, I was like, oh, they did a really good job of picking the music for this trailer.
What's really funny is how they had to age Xavier, because the guy does not age at all. Like, you look at the guy for the past 40 years, he looks exactly the same.
Yeah, he looks like Captain Picard still.
Yeah, so they have to go in and physically make him look older than what he is.
And is it just me, or does Hugh Jackman look exactly like Mel Gibson in the first shot? Like, it looks like Bloodfather at the beginning.
There's a little bit of
serious similarities. You guys, I will post a picture in the group just to show you. It's like the side-by-side comparison would be eerie, to say the least. But yeah,
I love me some Mel Gibson.
When you said the song selection is great, when Trent Reznor says it's Johnny Cash's song now, that's like pretty high praise, you know? Like, he was basically, like, I think it'll be remembered as Johnny Cash's song.
Oh yeah.
Which is crazy. Yeah, great trailer. Great trailer. As far as a 90-second piece of art, hell yeah, I'm excited about the movie.
And it didn't do what we see a lot of these trailers do now, give us too much.
Yeah.
But there are still more trailers coming,
so
they still have a chance to kind of mess up. But that's one thing I like to see, is them not giving us too much.
Well, and I was reading comments that were on our group and everything, people complaining that it was not the comic, that the mutants are not gone or whatever, and it's the government, and it's the villains supposed to be taking over instead of the good guys, but it's now the government. And complain, because I think it looks great.
Yeah.
When has a comic
Freaking,
book movie followed the comic book exactly to a T?
What you got? Batman versus Superman. I followed a lot of comic books at one time.
300.
I see where you went with
I
that.
love that movie, but I'm being I at least be truthful.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. I thought it was a really good trailer and enjoyed it. And then we also got Guardians of the Galaxy as well this week. Guardians of the Galaxy 2's trailer.
Yeah.
Little Groot, so cute.
Kind of got overshadowed by Logan to me, but it was an awesome trailer. It was really good in its own right.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it had some good beats to it. I don't know what the crap they're going to do.
I want him just to dance.
Yeah, I like that shot with Yondu and Rocket walking, and there's like all those Ravagers just like slow-mo falling around them. You know, I heard Guardians of the Galaxy has the highest body count of like any movie ever.
Really?
With Nova Corps at the end with the big grid.
Yeah.
That's right.
But like that couldn't be more people than Alderaan, right? You know what I mean?
But they didn't show them.
Exactly.
You know, there's the planet blowing up. I'm excited for it. I was way more excited for Logan than that.
I think everybody was.
Yeah.
But Guardians is still gonna be good.
Yeah. What gets me is though everyone like complained and moaned and just pitched a fit when Zack Snyder showed Mara, whatever you want to say, and like it was taken in like natural sunlight and everything. Like, this is too dark. And then you have this monochromatic Guardians of the Galaxy, and everybody's like, "Here's my money." I'm just like, you people need to get a freaking life and stop hating on Zack Snyder. Jesus, he's king of the castle, and you're just the dirty rascals.
I think Snyder's doing a great job, and I don't feel like it had a dark look to it. But like you said, it was natural lighting. It's going to be darker than if we were to shoot right now without these two lights right here.
Natural lighting.
With these are our natural lights.
Yeah.
Because we have sun in here. Like if we were to use outside, like it would be a lot darker.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely.
I just like that her suit looks so buoyant. Like it seems like something that would be really easy to swim and not sink in.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm just talking crap, dude. It looks so heavy. That was the same thing about Aquaman that I thought. I was like, man, that stuff. I guess though, if you want to like stay down at the bottom of the water, that's the truth. Also, the physics are different for them.
Follow Dory. And they just keep swimming.
Oh well. See, I don't know the comic books very well.
Keep swimming.
They don't really, talk about buoyancy. That doesn't really.
That's where I get hung up with the lore.
They're inhumanly strong as well. They have super strength, so they're able to they're able to swim.
That's a good point.
So
and hermit crabs have shells.
Yeah, and they get around just fine.
We'll hit this. This will be the last like non-gaming stuff. We went football, then we went movies. Now we're going back to football. Just real quick, do you think it's time for Roger Goodell to step down as an NFL commissioner after the Josh Brown debacle with the Giants and the way it was handled? It's time.
Oh, wow, there's
is
a lot.
It time to
That's
go
a
down?
Daniel question.
Goodell stop having double standards when it comes to big issues such as this. He basically giving lip service implementing these policies and procedures, but not really enforcing them or even sporadically choosing when to enforce them. Ray Rice was knocked out his wife and was cut. I can't believe I made those jokes back in the day. Anyway, remember when we played Destiny?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I was letting you keep going.
Wife was cut and was cut from the team immediately. The Giants knew about Josh Brown abusing his wife almost a year ago and gave him a contract extension, and then it surfaced that and Goodell didn't act on it, and then another basically slapping him on the wrist and by suspending him. I think it's time for a front office change.
I actually can weigh in on this one. This is about concussions, right?
This is about a guy that's not just doing his job.
Isn't he the one that talked about implementing all the new safety regulations to prevent people from getting concussions because they started attaching it to behavioral shit?
Yeah. Like you look at a lot of these older NFL players who are, either dying from brain-related injuries or committing suicide.
Or even your Chris Benoit from WWE, which they're actually making a biopic called Crossface about that, which will be a sticky situation because you kind of want to sympathize with these people because they took so many blows to the freaking head over the years, but then at the same time, it's like they know what they're getting paid for. Is it really the responsibility of the commissioner? Is that what he is? I guess it is his responsibility.
Now I know, like, he's done a lot, not enough, but he's doing a lot to try to fix a lot of the issues. But what Derek is more talking about is Ray Rice was in an elevator and he jacked his wife, knocked her out, and he dragged her out of the. There was also the incident. Josh Brown, he is physically, mentally, and emotionally has been abusing his wife for years. And the front office has known about this. And Ray Rice, as soon as he punched his wife, cut. No pay. He was done in the end. He still has not made it back. And he has tried to fix his image. He's been helping battered women and everything like that, trying to show that, you know, he is sorry and he can't get a second chance. But you have people like Greg Hardy and Josh Brown. Greg Hardy did 10 times worse things than Ray Rice did, you know, physically abusing people, not showing that he didn't care. He would flip off people. I mean, he was just a horrible person. But yet Roger Goodell gave him a suspension, but let him come back into the and team signed him, but they won't sign Ray Rice. Josh Brown, they've known about this for over a year, and he just got suspended last week.
So was there like surveillance footage of the one with Ray Rice, and they have evidence on him, and then the other guy, it's more hearsay? Is Ray Rice a better or a worse player than
I think
the
Ray
other
Rice
guy?
was.
He had been great until that year that he did that. He was having a down year, but he was still young enough to where every player, you look at AP, you look at anybody in the league, they're going to have. I bring up AP because he also got in trouble for beating his child, but you look at that and you see that people are going to have down years, and I think that a lot of these players, like, you know, I think, you know, AP was just disciplined. Yeah, he went overboard with it. But I feel like Roger Goodell should have, you know, an equal policy for all of this. If you break these rules, you hurt a woman, you hurt a child, you drink and drive, or you get caught with, not, you know, performance enhancing drugs, you know, you should get, all right, hey, you do this again. Or, I mean, if it's hitting a woman or anything like that, you should be done right there. But if it's like performance enhancing stuff, you get a warning, and then that's done.
Or anything like that.
Yeah. But if you're hitting a woman or a child or anything like that, you should be done.
Well, one thing you don't see, like with the NBA, you don't see any of that. Like if somebody messes up, they get
usually
fined.
don't.
They don't, you know, it's not, oh, well, it's LeBron or anything. It's, you mess up, Adam Silver is going to put the hammer down on you.
Unless you're Kobe.
Well, we're not going to go there. All right, moving on to gaming news. We're going to wrap this up pretty quickly. Okay.
Sorry, that's a heated subject.
Yeah, I know. You went really football on us, and me and I'm a little bit more football than Jerry. I started glazing over.
I don't know anything about football, but I do think the concussion thing is fascinating because it crosses over multiple.
Did you watch
sports.
the movie, the concussion movie with Will Smith in it?
Look, I'm gonna tell the truth. I did not see it.
Guys, I tried to move on.
Sorry. Ruin your segue.
So we'll go first question here. Derek Daniels said, so, Zach, I saw the pic of you with the PSVR. So spill the beans. How is it? Had John Louvie and Anthony Louvie bring over their PSVR this past week. You can go check out their Twitch channel. It's Blizzard2621. Let me check that out while I talk about it. And I really enjoyed it. Setup sucks. Like, it sucks. Like, setting up that thing was a beast because I had the two cameras going, then I had this headset, and they didn't bring the extension cord to it, so it was like this like long of a wire. Then it has a box, and it's my Blizzard 2621. You can check that out. Thanks, guys, for bringing that over and let me play with it.
Sounds fun. And not like a euphemism for anything.
But once we got it set up, and like I downloaded the Batman Arkham VR game just because I wanted to play it.
You wanted to be Batman.
I wanted to be Batman.
I don't blame you.
And I'm not going to go into the whole camera thing. Like, it takes a while to set up and get it to run right. That's just the nature of the beast. It's like anything else that you deal with that's technology based. It's going to take a while.
Is there a calibration thing involved?
There is. but it doesn't really like tell you like because I had the camera here, then I put it up there, and I moved it all around to get it right, and it took a while.
Should also warn people not to move the camera while you have the headset
Yes,
on.
God, I felt like someone was like hitting me upside the head with a hammer because like the whole world was like. It was like a really bad like handy cam video of like someone getting in a fight.
So as you're moving your head, somebody's moving the camera, and it's creating even more motion. That's crazy.
But it was really, really cool getting to be in that world, getting to see it. Like, it was completely 360. I could turn around, like, the very opening, menu or whatever, you're at the GCPD, and, like, you're looking over Gotham, and you can see everything. You turn around and see the GCPD back here.
That's awesome.
It's really, really cool. It can make you really motion sick. I'm just going to be honest with you.
So get your motion patches ready.
How are the graphics?
Graphics-wise, it's like in headset, it looks nice. They're not super high quality. Like they're not like 1080p or anything like that. But with the headset and it being close and it making you feel immersed, like it doesn't have to be that high.
Sure.
But like the recording that'll be up sometime this week on the gaming channel, Nerd Cave Gaming, like the projection onto the TV is about 480. So it's not anywhere near what a regular game is now.
Sure.
But it feels very immersive. The one thing that I don't like is the controllers. Like, you have to use the Move controllers, and Move controllers are really old technology. They're like last generation. So I'm hoping that they develop something that's a little bit newer to go with this down the road, because, like, you put your hands up and they're like, oh, like you have, like, Parkinson's or whatever.
You're holding on to two vibrators, basically. Whoa, this is awesome. It's like I'm skiing.
That's a Saturday night.
But it's really, really cool. It's really immersive. The graphics look good. It's just getting the focus and everything. It can make you tired.
That's a lot of cons. What do you do in the game? Did you fight somebody?
No. Like, this one is like you're solving crimes.
It's more like a Telltale Batman.
Yeah, more that way. The Let's Play that I was doing, like, you find Dick Grayson dead. So like,
That's pretty crazy.
You are like trying to piece together the crime scene of like how he got killed and everything, and who killed him.
That's a cool,
interesting.
Yeah, that's a cool storyline.
So the further that goes on, I didn't play more than 30 minutes just because it took so long to set up. But I think it's a really cool thing. I think having it set up and like getting used to it, there's really a curve to getting used to having that headset.
I can imagine.
Just experiencing it a little bit. This is not something that's going to replace normal gaming. Like, this is something that is going to be an hour, 2 hours at max every other day, every 3 days. But it's not going to replace, like, normal gaming. You're going to see in, like, 50 years people still having the controller in their hand and looking at a TV.
Well, and you said something interesting. Eventually, the quality of graphics are going to cap out, and there's not going to be any way to impress people with just, oh, look, the graphics are a little bit better than last gen. So each studio is trying a different thing, and we're going to talk about what Nintendo's doing, here in a minute. But this VR is kind of the other direction, the other side of advancements of technology. When you look down, do you see the bat suit?
No, like, you look down and you can see, like, your utility belt. Like, you'll have your batarangs and, like, you can grab them and throw them and everything. And
I want a grappling hook, and I want to ride in the Batmobile.
You get to do both of those.
So
He's sold.
It's really cool. Right now, it's experiences more than full games. Like, there's a few full games, but I haven't played them. But it's more of an experience right now. So when you start seeing like Skyrim or something like that being like a full-on game, locomotion's the hardest thing right now. Is like getting you to actually move. How do you get to move and everything? Because like in Batman, like you'll look and it'll tell you like to press the button and then you'll like jump over there. Like it'll just like pop you over there. And then other games like you're in a cart or whatever and it's like on-rail shooters. So getting that locomotion I think is the hardest, because you are moving. Your brain is saying you're moving, you're doing all of this, but your body's still, and like it's telling you you're not moving.
So now, if you have the bukus of money, you can get the little circle thing
where you can
where you just run like that. But not everybody has bukus and bukus of money.
No.
I'm fascinated as hell. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and I'll be doing more of those Let's Plays and everything, so check out I'll have the Let's Play, and then I'll have the bloopers of us trying to set it up and all of the crazy stuff that went along with that. But it was really, really fun. I can't wait to play more. I want my own headset, but it's going to be a few months before I get my own, but I think it's really, really cool.